All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. This past weekend we had many of us had a chance to go to Las Vegas and visit the IPEC and also greet with our true mother. And we wanted to share a little bit of our experience there with the whole congregation. So we selected a few testimonies of different aspects of the program so you can get a basic idea of what happened. But just to give a little bit of context, so this really past 3 months since the new presidency with Damian Dunkley, he's been going around for 3 months really doing the rebirth workshops to prepare America to really understand, connect more deeply with Mother's heart. And then on that foundation, Mother felt really free, I guess, to now send her representatives and also come to America to greet. Actually, she asked for 2 groups, specific groups. The clergy, she wanted to meet specifically some select group of clergy, Christian clergy, and she wanted to meet with the youth. So she just requested those 2 things, and then within 2 weeks, the whole American movement, we kind of mobilized and kind of selected very key clergy who are willing to unite with Mother at this time, and also the youth. And it was amazing. We had over 1,200 youth, next generation, that gathered, that registered. And we also had a few select clergy from New Jersey to go as well. From New Jersey alone, we had 111 people from New Jersey attend. So let's give a hand. And to share a little bit about the experience, the first day, on Saturday morning, we had an experience with the clergy. It was called Raise the Flag. Raise the Flag, and basically they were being encouraged to raise the Family Federation flag in their local churches. So to share more about that, I'd like to invite up the ACLC coordinator here in New Jersey, Dr. Greg Agulan, to share just a few minutes about his experience there. Let's welcome him up.
Thank you, Pastor Okime. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to all brothers and sisters who supported my trip to Las Vegas, and we have a great experience, and thank you for all your support. The theme of the program with True Mother is leading in the era of Mother's embrace. What is the theme again? Leading the era of Mother's embrace. And I think that is how we lead our family from now on forward. We really have to emphasize the essence of True Mother's love. Family Federation will play a very important role in that area. So, okay. Of course, there are 33 Christian pastors, 12 couples, and 32 ACLC coordinators came to see True Mother in Las Vegas. And in advance of her coming to the United States of America, Mother specifically requested to meet a select group of ACLC Christian clergy. Understanding the gravity of Mother's coming and Mother's hearts, the ACLC executive leadership and staff, 33 Christian clergy and 12 of which were present as a couple together in Las Vegas. So the purpose of this meeting with True Mother is for the clergy to raise the flag of Family Federation in their churches in oneness with True Mother in this era. We are in the era of True Mother. Okay. So over these 2 days, brothers and sisters, the pastors desperately prayed in the Chunshing Mon and received the content from Mother's instruction, especially the lecture from True Mother's lecturer, Reverend Kim, and he articulately explained the role of feminine aspect of God and also the role of true mother in this era. And this culminated with a meeting with mother at IPEC, and after that we bow, offering, and offer songs. Mother spoke to the clergy, describing the providence of God surrounding the only begotten daughter. She concluded and requested that clergy stand with her to reveal the truth and see her not only just as spiritual parents, but really a mother to all of us, to all of them, and to all humanity. It's a very meaningful meeting, if you can see the picture there. And then the pastors responded with testimonies and affirmations, concluding with an explosion of lifting the flag of the Family Federation, declaring their commitment to expand the realm of her embrace and realize Chunilguk. You can see that. Amazing. Throughout the experience, brothers and sisters, mother wept. Unbelievable. Many tears from her eyes. And she exceeded with face full of joy and laughter. This time, mother really brought victory, true victory. My report is done. I just want to show you my picture. This is mother speak, these 4 points. He want all the clergy to really reveal the truth. And also, he said, I am not your spiritual mother. I am your mother. Be bold and proclaim the word. There are affirmations, raising of the flag. Look at that, brothers and sisters. They are totally committed. And we have great partner out there. Look at that. Pastors presented the flag signed by the ministers, and usually mother will just touch. But, you know, Joshua want to take the flag after mother will touch. Mother took it for himself and put in his desk. That is an amazing response of true mother. And it's amazing program. I would like to share with you what mother want the clergy. And there is a call to action by Reverend Aberati. He said that you have to raise the family flag in your churches, contribute to the Family Federation, receive and share the blessing to your congregants and to the world, reveal the truth of God in this era, and fulfill and establish Chung Shimon in your churches. These are the guidance of true mother to all the clergy. My dear brothers and sisters, I am totally committed, and I hope all of us, we cannot change the past, we cannot wait for the future, we can only do something right now. And with our leaders, we can make it, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Agulan. I was able to be there that morning for that ceremony, and a couple key points I just wanted to highlight also from my perspective. There were two Christian clergy couples that I thought was really inspiring for me. One of them was the Dudley couple from North Carolina, and they had really connected with our true mother and her heart, her vision, who she is, her essence, and united completely. And 10 days before the event, they had actually opened their own Chonchiwon in their Christian church. So they actually had the whole photo, whole 9 yards, and the amazing thing is they just connected with us about 2.5 years ago. But they were on a fast track because they were really prepared in heart to really connect with Mother. And the other clergy couple that you guys may be aware of is the Abernathy couple. And they were the ones who really led the charge in not only raising the flag and sharing the blessing in their church, but they're now committed to also starting to offer contributions financially to Family Federation as well, as part of their new commitment to partner with Family Federation. So it's very hopeful. I feel like Mother also felt really renewed by the spirit of America, being able to, the American clergy, to respond to her at this time. And as you know, there's many challenges going on in Japan and Korea, but through this, she was able to gain new kind of hope, to bring back to our fatherland. So next I'd like to invite Yasutaka Ozawa. He was actually not just our, actually he's an admin now in New Jersey, but nationally he serves as the National YAYAM Coordinator, Youth and Young Adult Ministry, and he was co-directing this program for the youth together with Jinil. A lot of work, I know. I was there together with Kaeleigh and Tasna, but I'm so glad that someone else did it this time. Let's welcome up Yasu.
Thank you, Pastor Naokimi. And also I just want to, I don't know if it was acknowledged, but we have the National President for Women's Federation, Kaeleigh Moffitt, here. You want to stand up, Kaeleigh? Our senior pastor's inviting you. Okay. Not only is she my older sister, but she's also a mentor of mine for me to be able to stand in this role as the National YAM Coordinator. So I really appreciate both of these people for raising me. So I'm going to start my 7-minute timer. So yes, our youth gathering was titled Resurgence, Hyojung in the Era of True Mother's Embrace. And for generic overview, yes, we at first, it was last weekend from October 7th to the 8th in IPEC Las Vegas. And at first we as in Jinil Fleshman, National CARP President, and myself as the co-directors were asked to bring 800 people, 800 to 1,000. But the registration, we were able to hit 1,208. 1,208 people registered, and then we had probably a few hundred more showing up on Sunday without registering. But they couldn't get in without going through the registration booth, so we made sure they paid. And our direct central figure for this event was our chairman and National President Damien Dunkley. And so really his guidance and his insights was really the driving force. And Jinil and I just did our best with our team to put this together. And how this happened is because True Mother, we believe upon receiving reflections from younger generation, from the rebirth experiences that President Dunkley was hosting all throughout the nation, Mother had this insight where she wanted to meet with the nationwide youth. And that was the exact term that she mentioned. I want to meet with the nationwide youth. And so that's why we just gathered as many young people, or the youth, or we capped it at the age 40, or just second generation, third generation, and to meet Mother. And it included from babies to children's, middle and high school students, young adults and professionals, elder second generations, and young families all together. And our purpose was to cultivate a resurgent spirit and truth in the American youth, centering on our true mother, the only begotten daughter. So I'm going to go first through the Saturday program. This is half a day. We had a lot of spirit, as you can imagine, in a crowd of 800 to 1,000 people in the beautiful venue of IPEC. Some people were crying in the prayers. Some people were just shouting, cheering. We had all kinds of emotion and having a lot of fun just being together. And we also started off with greetings from our leaders. In the center is our International Family Fed President, President Song, and also Bishop Kim, as well as President Dunkley, to lift up the spirit with all of us. And we also heard Professor Jin-Chun Kim's lecture. Actually, this was a direct request from True Mother that Professor Kim is able to share the stature and the value of true parents and the era that we live right now, and how True Mother fits in all this grand picture of God's providence. And so Professor Kim actually did his best to make a youthful, friendly version, and everyone was taking notes. And we also had a special guidance or greetings from Yonanim. And she was really bringing in like True Mother's heart and love, the embrace and encouragement from expressing Mother's heart. And she really created this atmosphere feeling like she was our older sister. Not just like a staff who's far away serving True Mother, but she was really opened up her heart and captivated everyone's heart as an older sister. And we also got to hear from Hwayonim, Kwanjanim's wife, because Yonanim pulled her up. And we received Reverend Dunkley's guidance. This is like the final guidance we received on Saturday night. A piece of what we experienced at the Rebirth experience to prepare our hearts and to welcome True Mother the very next morning. And the song that we just heard, the new revised lyrics, United to One, was something that we wanted to offer to our true mother. And so we practiced the song as well as the dance, all 1,200 of us. And yeah, it was really nice and wonderful. And these are just some of the photos of our New Jersey Family Church members. You might notice, I know there's like a sea of 1,200 people, and there's only a few photographers, so we couldn't capture everybody, but these are just some of the faces that we were able to see and capture. Nice couples, beautiful people, and also, we had Pastor Nalkimi be able to close the session with a prayer. We converted the whole IPEC ballroom as a temporary Chunshim one, and we did a resonance prayer, and he led the unison prayer. He led the main prayer and then into the unison. And I got the opportunity to be the MC for the whole of Saturday. And this was a group photo, this on Saturday night. But of course, the main portion was meeting True Mother on Sunday morning. And this was Mother's entrance, and she had a 4-layer cake. And the bottom left photo is the flower offering of the third generation, young kids. And the bottom right was actually an offering from the next generation, Pastor Joshua and Takaya Holmes representing the young pastors. We have Tasna Bursey, Kaeleigh Moffitt, and Aiko Sullivan representing Women's Federation and Young Families. And Jinil and I represented the youth and young adults. And we offered True Mother a gift. And the children, there were around 60 third generation kids, and I don't know how many young families, but many. And they were able to practice all Saturday to prepare this performance of singing You Are My Sunshine to our True Mother. And I'll have Kaeleigh share more on that. And Mother's message to the youth, 5 main points that I was able to just kind of jot down from this unofficial transcript I received. First was that she went through the history of fallen humanity and Jesus being misunderstood. And I think, and then Heavenly Parents' hand in the birth and protection of the Only Begotten Daughter. I feel like these 2 points was something that True Mother really wants to convey to everyone so that we understand our identity as blessed central families and as young second and third generation born in God's lineage. Also, Mother introduced this term. In the same line of sentence, she said, Only Begotten Daughter, True Mother, and then Wang Omma. Wang Omma translates to Queen Mother. And this was very interesting because the first time I'm hearing this, and I really feel like Mother is preparing herself to enter the real kingdom of heaven. In a kingdom, you need a king and a queen. And I think Mother is here proclaiming and really sharing that she will be, 7 minutes, or a few more minutes. She will be the Queen Mother of all of humanity. That's my sense. And she said that we're pure water, so it becomes highly skilled in any area that we're in, and that by doing so, we will lead the world. And finally, America's role is to serve the world, not just America for itself. We had testimonies from Eric Combs, Kevin and Shannon Bordeaux couple, and Emily Iseda. And Eri-san shared about being a young mom, raising third generations, and being serving publicly. The Bordeaux were sharing about being a newly blessed first generation Christian and receiving the blessing recently. And there are many events of like meeting True Mother, receiving the blessing, being in front of the Cheonwongun grand opening or the opening ceremony. But they said that being able to testify in front of True Mother was the best day of their life. And Emily Iseda shared the heart of many of the elder second generation who are distant from the church community, but always they never left true parents in their heart, and that they are connected with true parents. And Mother was able to shed some tears listening to some of these testimonies. And then we had our performances of the United to One, and Hannah Bush Arthur and Yosha Tsuchida offered Hyojinim's Dorai song in Korean. And this was our group photo. So all in all, it was a beautiful event. We were all so happy and excited to see Mother, and we were able to make Mother really happy and proud that the American youth showed up. Thank you.
Thank you, Yasu. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, for me, actually, if you go back 3 slides, my highlight was this photo right there on the bottom right. Yeah, I felt like when our next generation were able to stand with Mother, and not just as cute children, but as people with substantial responsibility, representing National CARP, National EIM, Women's Federation, Young Families, and even pastors. Our next generation are really substantially taking leadership in our movement in America. And I just felt like this weight got come off my shoulders, feeling a little bit elder now. So I just felt at peace and very hopeful that our future is in good hands. So I just want to really thank Yasu and Janil and all the team that helped prepare this whole program. Let's give them one more hand for the Youth Resurgence. Now, simultaneously, there was another program going on Saturday afternoon, which was just as significant. And this was the gathering of young families. And the main person who really organized and coordinated that was Kaeleigh Moffitt, who is also serving as the president of Women's Federation for World Peace at this time. And I'd like you to join me in inviting her to share her testimony as well.
Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I didn't prepare slides, but maybe that's just a good slide everybody can stare at to get the feeling of it. And actually, I wanted to comment on this point about Wang Oma, which means, you translated as Queen Mother, which is the more, Wang is like a royal meaning. But True Mother's actually been using this term in the nerdy services, the children's services that have been hosted in Korea. And I watched the different translations come through, and they finally settled on grandmommy. And the reason why I wanted to explain that is because the term Oma, if you know, is not the formal omoni or omonim, right? So actually, True Mother's inviting the children to have this more casual, open relationship with her, not just a formal attendance, but actually your true, this motherly, true mother feeling. And it was so interesting because in the speech, she said, whether you're 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th generation, I'm your Wang Oma. That's what she said. And I really felt that was significant because for 2nd generation and beyond that, there's always a distance between us and True Parents because of age and because of life experience. But actually, I think True Mother was inviting us to have this real relationship of heart with True Mother that isn't so formal and distant, but really heartistic. So I just wanted to add my take on that. And it segues well into the coordination of this young family event. And to be truthful, I only made it because I was bringing my family, and I knew we couldn't go to the youth workshop with my little kids, and I knew a few of my friends were, and so I thought it was like 5 families. But it ended up being, close to like 80 or 90 people who came, and we had this gathering at the Chuncheonwan, which if you've been there has this beautiful lawn space and just really feels like a kingdom of heaven. And it's chaos. If you've ever had to organize 60 children under the age of 10, you know what I mean, right? Yes? Okay, so it was truly chaos. And of course, things went wrong. But what I really appreciated about the experience was working with young families is special because we're all living in the chaos together. And everybody came with a can-do spirit and a team spirit. And so as we get there, each parent, each family is helping with different aspects. No one's complaining. Everyone's just jumping in and helping each other. We had a moon bounce, of course, in the playground and lots of fun. Dr. Kim came over and opened the pool so all the kids could go swimming in True Parents' pool, as we called it. But we also had some songs and some games, and then we had a really wonderful lesson about True Mother's life with some pictures and props that Sarah Holmes from Las Vegas created. And then we practiced this song, You Are My Sunshine, for a True Mother. And I want to share that the next day when we got to go, I don't know how much you guys remember what it's like to have little kids, but little kids can't sit still for very long. They were so incredibly patient. They waited and waited and waited and waited. Nobody had a meltdown, right? Now, Kimi didn't see any tears. Nobody did any. They were great. And when I asked my own children, right, what it was like for them, and it meant so much for them to see True Mother that actually there was a cake that was handed out to everybody afterwards, but somehow the kids' room didn't get cake. And my daughter was crying about it, actually. Not because she wanted cake, but it was True Mother's cake. And so we went out and I begged around and I got one piece of cake for her. And then instead of just keeping it for herself, she cut it into little pieces and handed it out to her siblings and her friends. And then my second daughter, who's 7, got True Mother's flowers, and she insisted on carrying them the whole way home. So on the plane, she's carrying True Mother's flowers and brings them all the way home and puts them in a vase. And those are simple stories, but I just want to express that that is what it was like with these young children, actually how much True Mother meant for them and how significant it was. And I also just wanted to share, I feel it's important to be authentic about the reality of the experience. And the truth was that all the parents brought our kids to perform for True Mother, which was so beautiful, and True Mother loved it. And I awkwardly had to, that's me, sitting in front of True Mother, leading the kid. It was very awkward, but the kids did really good. And so we all left to go take our kids down to the babysitting room and come back. But actually, because the room was so full, we were over capacity. Actually, none of the young parents could make it back into the room to be with True Mother. And every time I say this, I get emotional about it because actually it was such a deep longing from these young, blessed families to be with True Mother who couldn't be in the room with her when she spoke and couldn't, be with her. And they brought their whole family. But the beauty about them is that nobody complained. Everybody had the right heart and the right attitude, but still missing this opportunity to be with True Mother. So I really want to offer my appreciation for those young families and for, I think, modeling really this kind of heart of attendance, no matter what the situation was. And I want to just close with 2 written testimonies here, very short, about their experience at the Young Family Program. One mother says, "My favorite part of this at the Chuncheon was where it was held. It literally felt like coming into Mother's home and backyard. It was clear we were there because our mother had called, and this time we could come with our families and share the experience with them. What was created felt like this landing space which allowed us to go into the next day full of love and gratitude to give to True Mother." And instead of the second testimony, I want to just share, if you can go to the picture with the kids giving flowers to Mother. I don't know how many people knew what happened here, but we practiced many times, but of course, wrangling little kids doesn't go well for this, right? So the kids came to True Mother, and then it was time for them to move from this position to take this photo. And our parent wranglers got confused or something, and then Mother said to them, "Make a line." And somehow they misunderstood, so they started making a straight line like this. And Mother said, no, make a line like this. She's leading everybody. And I watched it because I was on the runway getting ready to give this gift. And I was just laughing so much. And I was like, actually, this is who True Mother is. In the end, she's just the mom for everybody. There was no feeling of, oh, you didn't attend correctly. No feeling of, oh, this wasn't formal. But actually, just this really beautiful grandmotherly heart. And she would grab the children and help bring them over here. So I think just a really precious snippet that I think Mother is longing for. And I'm grateful we could start to make a space for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaeleigh. Oh, such an honor to have her here today at our service. Actually, if we go back to, I want to mention one more thing. Over here in that picture you see in the center, there was a gift that was offered. Kaeleigh didn't mention it, but it's a children's illustrated book on the Mother of Peace. So it's a simplified version that actually Women's Federation prepared to offer this as a gift for her at this time. And I think that's very significant. It's also connected with young families. And I am looking forward, we just had breakfast this morning, and we're discussing about a more kind of official partnership with Women's Federation and Family Federation locally to partner in this area for young moms. So I'm excited about that, and the future is bright. So thank you again, Women's Federation. Okay, we just have 2 more. So the next one is UPA, the Universal Peace Academy, right? Okay, they actually had a special opportunity to have breakfast with True Mother the day after the main event. I didn't even get to have breakfast with Mother. But they were able to, they are the special emissaries and missionaries that Mother sent throughout the world. And in America, we have a handful as well. And in New Jersey, particularly, actually half the group here is from New Jersey. They were able to have breakfast with True Mother right afterwards. To share a little bit more about that, let's welcome up Jake.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all the parents and families who supported us financially in prayers. Because of you, we could be able to have this experience. So today, I would like to, in behalf of UPA, so after the event, actually on Sunday afternoon, we're supposed to go back because we went there by car, 40 hours drive. So, but then on the afternoon, I was discussing with Eva, should we go back or not? But I don't know why I don't want to go back right away. And then we decided not to go back that time to just explore Vegas. And then suddenly, like, the translator of True Mother called me. Like, oh, Mother wants to meet all the envoys and the junior UPA here in US. And that's like, oh, that's why. Maybe this is the reason. But unfortunately, the LA Junior UPA already went back to LA. So that after they arrived there, they received that message, so they come back again without sleeping. Like 4 hours bus. I was picking them up like 5 a.m. And then it was like the room, we met Mother in her living room. And it was a very, usually when True Mother called UPA and talked, it was a very serious atmosphere and everything, like telling everything, what we should do and how we should really develop all the, and how can we be able to strengthen witnessing about that. But then when she came, I don't know, like, she was like, she came here just to comfort us. Like, I feel like that kind of atmosphere. So then the program started, Reverend Dunkley prayed, and then after that, some of reports, there are 4 leaders sitting with her, and then there's a UPA on the table. And then Mother said, okay, let's introduce everyone. But I was the oldest UPA here in America, so I was the one who answered almost everything. I feel shaking, it was my first time. But then, so after the introduction, then Mother said, oh, please eat breakfast. So that's our breakfast, like pancake, egg, sausage, and coffee. And then we were eating, but all junior UPA were crying already. Like, dang, I cannot eat properly because they were crying, so I stopped and cried with them. But then Mother said, so please eat. Well, what are you waiting for? So please eat. So it was a good time. And then after that, then Mother asked Reverend Dunkley to sing a song. And then after that, she called the UPA. So please show me what you got. And then the junior UPA prepared 2 songs, which is the Thank You and I Will Follow True Mother. And when they were singing that song, Mother was so happy. And then it was followed by Yonanim's singing performance and Jong Won-ju, the chief secretary of True Mother. And interestingly, like, Mother requested 2 songs. One is for Jonganim's, the True Mother's grand child. And Yonanim and Jong Won-ju, the chief secretary, were singing a kid's song. And Mother was so happy, but suddenly, like, after all, like, the atmosphere was so happy, so active. And then Mother requested this song to Yonanim and Jong Won-ju. Please sing me this song. And the title of this song is My Desire by No Sayon. And when this song was offered to True Mother, that's the time that changed atmosphere. Everyone is crying because the lyrics is so really, like, I feel like this is what Mother wants to say to us. So of course she couldn't. She wanted to comfort. Like, actually there are 2 messages that Mother just gave very short. One is witnessing, and then the other one is the importance of Chongshungwon. But when she talked about the witnessing, it's not like you have to do that. It's like, what I felt is like, I'm so sorry, like, because you have to do witnessing. But I hope you really pray in Chongshimon and be able to find the prepared person. So I feel that like she was sorry, but then she was grateful that we're really doing witnessing. But on the highlight of that, I feel like this is what she wanted to say deep inside. And when Yonanim and Jong Wonju, Chief Secretary, sang this song, and she was really crying a lot. So when I reflect coming back here, like I really feel I was like me and Eva was changing the driving, but whenever like I think it was a 40 hours of reflection as well. How can we be able to really liberate mother? Like if you see every single like lyrics of the song, it's just like I feel like she was feeling that way until now. But then at the same time, I could feel her love for the future generation. Like to be able to request that children's song, I think that's like motherly love. Like actually, the song was original, and it's like the content is like the baby will never grow by itself. It's God who's raising the baby. Actually, that's the content of the song, and I could really feel the love of true mother, and I think it's because of that love she really want to encourage us to do witnessing and create an environment for our younger generation. So actually, she said like, oh, there's so many New Jersey UPA. New Jersey should be the first one to be restored. Okay, she was saying like that, and then I was like, yeah, like, but yeah, it was a great experience, but. More than that, I feel more energized. I feel like there's always, I will always go back to this moment whenever I experience a lot of difficulties. You know, sometimes it's easy to like, being inspired is easy, but to keep the inspiration is so hard. But I'm just so grateful that God and True Mother gave us this experience. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. 40 hours of driving one way. So they did that twice. Anyway, really grateful to have had that opportunity. And to wrap this whole session up, I do want to invite one more person to share. She is the new Secretary General for the Northeast. And she helped to coordinate the participation from the whole Northeast. I wanted her to share a little bit about just the stats as well as her own personal experience there. So let's welcome up Eunmi.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, we as the youth of America had the most rare and precious opportunity to see Mother. Honestly, I was surprised when she said she wanted to meet all nationwide youth, because before actually last year, I was like, we are trying to understand Mother's heart, and for so long it feels like she's so far, especially for us, the youngers. And I was like, God, how are we supposed to unite with Mother if we don't see her? And then it happened. Mother came and she said, I want to meet all the youth in America. And it was really precious to see how fast everybody just united. It was like, before it was, as Yasu said, they were looking for 800, and more than 1,200 people came. And there were probably more who wanted to go. I know there were more who wanted to go but couldn't make it. And so, there was just so much unity that happened and that I saw, because I was also staffing. And it was really moving, because we had Dr. Jinchun Kim, who came here a few weeks before, and he was talking about the era of completion. Like he said, we're in the era of completion, and I was like, what's that supposed to mean? But during this workshop, I saw what it meant. I was able to attend actually the ACLC event, and towards the end, the ministers were proclaiming to Mother their determination to unite with her, and I was like, this is what it is. This is what this is what heaven had been waiting for so long. It was happening right in front of Mother, and I was able to witness it. And then with the youth as well, it was the same thing. Like, everybody was just so happy. There was just this happiness radiating from everybody, just excited to unite with Mother. And before that, now getting into the statistics, the whole reason I'm here. We had asked, as a sub-region, we asked the communities within the sub-region to donate to support the youth going to the workshop in Las Vegas. And we were still kind of putting it together since it was kind of short notice, but from sub-region 1, we had a total of 211 people attend the workshop. And for the 2 days, we had 144. And for the 1 day, this was just Sunday, we had 67 people who attended. And just from New Jersey, we had 111 of them. This is, wow. So thank you to all New Jersey youth who attended. And who united with Mother at this time. I know, again, like I said, I know there were many who wanted to participate but couldn't. So at the end, we raised $9,245, and the sub-region promised to match that, so we have a total of $18,490 that we raised. And yes, thank you. Thank you to all. We're really grateful. Actually, I was really surprised by the amount of donation we received. And I just felt your support to the youth, like how much, the parents, like, to be frank, you weren't going, but you were willing to support. Like, it came from your heart. You're just like, I want to see these children go. And yeah, so we discussed with the pastors, and we decided, and together with our sub-regional YIAM coordinator, we decided to refund the registration fully to most of the communities in the sub-region, and so that's what we're going to do. And yeah, we're really grateful to you all, and thank you all for making this happen for all the second and third generation.
Thank you, Eunmi. All right, so this kind of brings it to a close, but this is Sunday service, so I'm supposed to give a spiritual message of sorts. Of course, that was very spiritual, all this reporting. But I did want to read just 2 paragraphs from Mother's message to the youth on the time that we met, and I think this is relevant to all of us. Well, the more we think about it, we human beings have been endlessly unfilial to our Heavenly Parent. We have failed to recognize our parent, and we did not know that our parents' dreams were our dreams and wishes. Now, you must stand in the center and not let this country, the United States, be the only prosperous country. Heaven has blessed America with the responsibility to embrace its brothers and sisters around the world. America must surely achieve that blessing. Will you take the lead in doing so? So from that message, what I got was that she was being pretty stern with us because she really felt like throughout history, and of course we're kind of representing that, but I feel like Mother's heart has always been this heart of filial piety to God as a Heavenly Parent. So when she sees that we're not quite attending God in the way that God would want, she really wants all of us to kind of get to that point. And particularly, I felt she was really talking to us as Americans. We do receive special privileges. I mean, most other countries do not get a personal visit from Jew parents in their country or their hometown. But America receives this blessing. But we just have to remember that blessing is not just for ourselves. That really, I want to actually grow and develop our community to a point where it can actually inspire other communities in this country as well as the world. And I really feel New Jersey has the possibility of doing that. And I'm committed to really working towards being that kind of model community and an inspiration to the rest of the world. In fact, Mother, just yesterday, there was this victory celebration, I heard, that there was, Mother was proudly proclaiming all the different events that happened in America in Korea. They were having a victory celebration of what the events that happened in America in Korea, broadcasting to the international community. So it's really like what we were able to accomplish and do there in America to inspire Mother. She wanted to bring that to influence the rest of the worldwide movement. And that's really the power of what we have in America. So let's keep that in mind. Everything that we're trying to do here, it's not just for our community. We really want to do things that can inspire even beyond. And finally, last paragraph, this one I think is the spiritual message of the day. Please boast in front of the world. Proudly say, I am True Parents' most beloved son and daughter. I hope you all become people who create a peaceful, free world without war or conflicts. One family under God that attends our Heavenly Parent, which is what heaven and humankind desires. And there's 2 points here that really stood out. One is that, what does it mean to be proud to be a son or daughter of True Parents? She's asking us to really own that identity. And second generation, we feel we're born into that identity. But first generation, most of you who received the blessing, you're also, through the blessing, children of True Parents. So just don't put the burden on us, second generation. You guys are still responsible too. We are all children of True Parents, as blessed couples, as blessed children. And for those who are younger, first generation, who are yet to be blessed, you're still children of God to be blessed in the near future. But as children of True Parents, what does it mean to stand up proud? And I think that's the one thing I want you to reflect on today. And we'll come back to that in a discussion, but I hope you all become people who create a peaceful, free world without war or conflicts. One family under God that attends our Heavenly Parent, which is what heaven and humankind desires. There's so much turmoil right now, not just in our movement, the whole situation in Israel and Hamas groups, and then there's, Ukraine-Russia conflict is still going on. So Mother is very keenly aware of the turmoil and conflict that is going on, and she feels all of that. And she's really asking us, really as children of God and True Parents, to first model that peace in ourselves and bring that to our families and our communities. Ultimately, to build and strengthen that dream of a peaceful world that we are actually still quite far from. But it's really through this commitment and this belief and this not just hope, but a belief and commitment that that peace is possible, that we're eventually going to be able to get there. And yesterday I attended a women's fed Bridge of Peace ceremony. Takino-san likes to call it Peace of Bridge. Bridge of Peace ceremony, and it was very substantial. There were tears shed. Reconciliation happened. And I really feel there is hope based on our True Parents' work and our work as blessed families to eventually create that peace in the world that we all desire. So with that, I'd like you to take the next 4 minutes to reflect on the question, what can I be proud of as a child of True Parents? What can I be proud of as a child of True Parents, daughter or son? Okay? 4 minutes, 2 minutes each. Please turn to a neighbor and share what comes to mind.